welcome to the stream today. Today I have a couple little friends here with me, and we're gonna just attempt to make a spirit today, a little creature for the game we're working on. I was a little nervous about doing this. I've been kind of in a funk with 3D modeling for a couple of days, and just generally, I'm not very good with like living creatures, but this is all about learning. This whole thing is about kind of getting out of our comfort zone. So what do I have to fear? I'm just gonna go for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some music, and we're just gonna kind of jump into the process. Hello, hello. No worries. Alright, so how do we make a shape like this? Well, I think I'm going to build this kind of like a snowman. We're going to kind of build up, and then we're going to pull the pieces out using proportional editing. So let's begin with just some simple edits, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm going to use a UV of, let's say, 40 and 24. That's a measurement I really like. We'll get it kind of big. Like that. And then we're going to slowly morph to the shape that we want. So I'm just going to keep editing until we get things that we like. It's going to take a little bit of back and forth, so bear with me. Let's go ahead and grab this bottom half, and we'll squeeze them all together. Not like that, like this. There we go. We're just gonna keep going. We're probably gonna go into sculpt eventually and sculpt all this out, but it's kind of the last thing I want to do. Oh, by the way, I should probably save this. I forgot to save things. We'll go ahead and call you... So this guy to me is called the King of the Steam. He is the guy he's a demon, a little demonic, whatever you want to call him, who converts water into steam, and he makes hot springs. So kind of perfect for like a lazy boy, right? So we're gonna kind of go off of that judgment moving forward. So I'm just gonna be kind of tinkering with shape until we find something that we really like, and then it's gonna go from there. Actually, that looks perfect. That looks really good. Let me go ahead and grab that and just smooth out these two edges real quick. Like, that's it. That's our shape. Done. Easy. That came way faster than I expected. So now what? Now we want to get them kind of in this weirder shape. I'm very inclined just to jump into sculpting. I'm like really inclined just to sculpt this whole thing, but I'm gonna try my best to poly edit it first. Let's grab everything and subdivide. Our boy Simo would tell us to wait on the subdivision, but I want to make sure that we get the shape that we want first, and then we're gonna subdivide. I don't think anybody wants to argue too much with that thought. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's 7. 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Perfect. So this is gonna be the boobs, and we'll crunch them up in the middle a little bit. So let's push these back. And I'm gonna use a very small sharp to get these right. Actually, he has more of like a unibrow looking thing here. So let's do it a little differently. This is gonna be ugly. I apologize for what you're about to see, but this is gonna get the job done, I think. Actually, don't hate that at all. Okay, so we're gonna grab all of you. I should probably do the same thing over here. J. This is going to be hard to count. Oh, man. In fact, what if I just... No. I have to do it. I can't mirror it. If I mirror it, we're going to get a weird seam along the center, especially with proportional geometry. So we got to do this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There it is. Perfect. Okay, well that's the bounds of our boobs. Keep it nice and clean here. And then we should be able to just sink them in proportion, and that should do the job perfectly well. So let me try this. Sink you in. I don't know how deep we want to go. I'm gonna start light, and then we'll ramp it up as we go. Sharp. Use a very thin sharp on here. And now we ramp up. 0.1. 0.3. That is... Okay, so that's too far. 0.2 looks a little better. I'm inclined to say that looks alright. So then from here, I think what we want to do is grab these guys. 2 in. 1, 2 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to pull these guys out and use a proportion to get that shape up just a little bit. Just like that. Oh, that's too much. That is way too much. There we go. I like that. I actually don't hate this at all. All right. So let's go ahead and average out this, and if this works, then I'll average out the other side as well. So we'll say 0.5, 3 iterations. Wow, this actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty dead set on this. Okay, I was worried that this was gonna be hard. I feel like this happens every single stream. I either think it's gonna be hard and it's easy, or I think it's gonna be easy and it's hard. Look at that. Look how good he looks. Very cool. Okay, cool. Cool. So if we go into object mode, shade smooth, already we have a pretty decent looking shape here. If I subsurface him, what do we get? Let's subsurface twice. That's a pretty decent looking bit of geometry, I would say. I think I want to push them down though and crease this part up. So let's do that part real quick. So get rid of the view of that. And these guys are going to come in and up just a little bit. And I'm going to use maybe the tiniest little bit of proportion, but for the most part, I think we don't want to proportion this. Right there. 3 away from the split. 2 away from the split. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 6. 6. Perfect. Okay. We want to use a sharp, and we really want to lower it. The bearded Matt. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Very awesome of you. We're just out here making a little spirit from Spirited Away. Not exactly. We're kind of taking some inspiration from Snorlax, but we're here. Woof woof. What is going on? What did you guys just finish up on? What stream were you guys doing? Alright, I think we want to puff these guys out just a little bit. Nightmare fuel, you know. Someone's got to do it. I guess it's me. Oh, you guys were modeling. Would you guys... Oh, I gotta know. What was it? I must know. I must know what the nightmare fuel is. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of these bottom pieces. Let me do a screen grab quick. Okay, I don't have link sharing on. So, tell you what, I'll pull up your stream real quick. We'll do it that way. Because I think everybody at home is going to be very curious about it. I'm going to say 0.5, 3 iterations, just to keep it kind of consistent. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up a web browser real quick, and let's see what we had. How long have you been 3D modeling for? The bearded Matt. Let's see what we're up to. On and off for a few years. That's excellent. I am getting to about 6 months, I think. Whoa, this is crazy looking. Oh, I love it. All right, let's show the class. Look at this. Oh, is that ZBrush? What am I looking at here? It looks like ZBrush. Wow, this is crazy, man. Let's go ahead and pull forward a little bit. Oh, he looks so good. Oh no. No, what have you done? What is this? Oh my good God. Yeah, it's a nightmare. That's a nightmare for sure. Oh God. That's so good. Well, as far as this stream is concerned, I would still consider myself very much an amateur. So don't expect any titty goblins or anything like that. But man, that was a surprise for sure. Alright, we're just going to slowly reform some of these bits. In fact, I'm just going to do an edge slide on these guys. And by edge slide, I absolutely mean vertex slide. What inspired you to make that? How did you come up with that? Are you working on a project? There we go. That looks a little better to me. If we throw our subsurface back on. Oh, look at this boy. Okay, I gotta fix that part. That looks pretty ugly, but definitely the idea is here. We're gonna slowly fix this piece by piece. I was actually looking at rubber hose art for reference. Excellent. That's very good. That's so good. I'm gonna have to go through and look at your portfolio after stream, because man, you got me curious now. All right, I'm inclined to do the worst thing anybody's ever seen, so I'm gonna go for it. I wish the mirror modifier worked on poly editing the way that it's supposed to, but we'll make it work one way or another. If I were a good 3D modeler, you also do some awesome lo-fi music. Yeah, take a refuel, no worries. Making lo-fi music, that's awesome. Sounds like you got everything you need to start making games. Not that you want to make games or anything, but hey, why not, if you can. Okay, so we're matching right as soon as we get this part. Right here. And I'm going to extrude along normals to make big old stumpy legs. Wow, that looks looks so bad. What are we doing? Okay, no, I can fix this. For sure I can fix this. Let's look at it in the low poly mode first. We're gonna give this a 6. And we're gonna give this a 6. And then I'm going to take all of them, and we're going to average them out quite a bit. What am I doing? Get me out of here. All right. Oh, no. It doesn't want to work. Okay. We'll do it this way. Sure, the end of it will be normal. Oh, it doesn't want to work at all. Sure, we'll do it like that, and then we'll do this one. I'm gonna be thinking about that goblin all day. Now, any sense of productivity I have, gone. All right, let's go ahead and just start going for it. I think we can average from here, but I'm gonna go one higher than this because I'm a little bit worried that it's going to just look too obvious. It already looks like a stickman, and a fat stickman really isn't like the aesthetic that we're going for. So let's try this, see if this works, and then we'll do the other way. I probably should have gotten rid of that. I'll do that here in just a second. All right, come on. I know everybody wants me to hit Control-Click right now, and I could be doing that, but I'm in too deep. My brain's already set for one type of programming. All right, let's get rid of you. And we're in. Okay. So let's go ahead and average these out and see what we can make. What on earth? Why does it look so weird? Oh, it's because the end of it's not grabbed. Okay, so we absolutely 100% have to do this. There we go. Now we're gonna make a little stubby leg. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's awful. Is there any fixing this, or do I have to just take it to sculpt? Alright, to sculpt we go. Alright, I wanted to resist this as long as possible, but we'll do it. Let's go ahead and put on an X. There we go. Why is it getting smaller? Shouldn't it be averaging from here? Okay, hold on. If we increase this size, get it nice and big. He's a big boy. He's got to sit on his legs. And it hates it. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and try and remesh then, and we're going to ruin our whole mesh. Oh, well. Oh, what are you doing? Wow, these legs really don't want to operate, do they? What a real shame. How are we going to make this guy work? I'm sort of inclined... Okay, maybe it's too far. Hold on. I think I might have gone too far. Too far, just by one. Okay. I'm gonna cut the legs off. We're gonna do this a slightly different way. I think I can make it work like this. I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm not very good with organic shapes, and here we are making organic shapes. So, that's life, you know? Let's go ahead and grab just you guys. And we'll do a nice little grid fill. Should do pretty easy for us. So if I do Control F. Oh, wait, hold on. Control F, grid fill. What? That's a real shame. I think we've messed her up a little bit. Oh well. We'll go ahead and do one of these. One of these. One of these. Or, better yet. What up, Joe? I just saw you had a stream. How'd your stream go? me asking you questions while you're trying to lurk. All right. We're gonna do it like that. And then I should be able to subdivide twice. Yeah, that works perfect. Now we are here, and it should be roughly the same that we had before. I made a bit of a mistake. Oh well, that's life. It actually looks just about perfect, so you couldn't even tell I messed up. And if you can't tell I messed up, then I didn't mess up. Alright, so we're going to repeat the same on the other one, and then we're going to kick into high gear on these legs. So we want to... Actually, hold on. Let's get inside this guy. This should make our life just a little bit easier. Boom. Look at that. Now we can go real fast. Alright. So I think I'm going to do the most sacrilegious thing anybody's ever seen. This is a big old amateur move. I am going to make the legs a separate mesh. And before everybody kills me, feel free to kill me. I'll put it that way. I understand this is a dumb idea. Alright, so let's just give it a shot. And if it fails, it fails. We've already failed a little bit. It's fine. Or do I work on the head right now? Should I work on the head? I'm not even sure what the head's supposed to look like yet. So let's do the feet. Let's just do the feet. Let's get it over with. It's going to look a little jank. That's okay. If anything, I can merge later. So we're going to do you. I think it's defined pretty well. Let's do it like that. And then we'll stretch you out. Like a little leggy does. Oh, this makes me feel like such an amateur right now. This makes me feel like the worst. I mean, it does look convincing. It does look pretty decent. If I rounded out that edge right there, that looks fine. It looks a little sausagey. Okay, so let's put a mirror on it, and let's just start defining it. I love the little clawed toes like that. I think that's a cool touch. So I think that's the shape that we want to go for. I'm going to hit body. I'm going to call you legs. And this is going to be one of those sketches that just kind of comes together at the last minute, I'm assuming. All right, let's make this thing. You know what? I should probably not rotate this for the first little bit here. Let's go ahead and put it back to 0. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull it forward, and we're going to edit it just like this. Hello? Oh, there we go. Okay, so you need to come in. You have a bit of a flat foot. We're going to round out the edges just like that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Might even push you back just a little bit more. And now we're going to give you little toes, which there's a right way and a wrong way to do the toes. Take a guess which one I'm going to do. The center toe, thinking about big toes. Big toes go like that, and they come out like that. Okay. So let's grab all of you. Toe 1, toe 2, toe 3, Toe 4, toe 5. Little beans, little baby beans. Extrude along normals. And I guess we'll push you up and back. Not that way. Hold on. Push you back. Push you up. Just like that. Okay, now what kind of shape do we want these toes to have? This is where things get a little difficult, I think, for me. I think what I want to do is grab this and do a 4 and repeat for each one. And here is the thought process for me. We're going to grab these 2 points. Come on. These 2 points and bring them really close together. So we're going to do one of those. And we're going to proportion using connected and using smaller geometry. Nope, looks terrible. Let's not do that. Let's do slide vertice. This is going to be a tough one. How are we going to do this? Okay, well, the dumb way that I thought to do it. Let's do it the dumb way. We tried to do it the smart way. Let's do it the dumb way. Here's the dumb way. We're going to grab the back of the toe, and we're going to artificially make a claw. Right? And then we're going to smooth and all that stuff later. That doesn't look quite right to me. Something's wrong about this. Let's go to our reference. The round on top, and they come down to a little bit. How is that different from what I'm doing right now? What am I missing? I'm missing something. Round on top. Let's try, I guess we can try doing it this way. Nope, that's huge. No, 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 no. Don't do that. That's so much extra vertices. How are we going to make it round on top? Wait a second. Wait a second. Is the bottom connected like that? And then these two get slid down. That's it. Yep. Perfect. So if let's do this. Merge at last. Merge at last. Honestly, I kind of like it a little bit more with the articulation there because I can sit and edit that later. So that's it. So let's go ahead and repeat that for everything. And then we're gonna do some edge sliding down here. What the heck? That was weird. Let's just do it manually. So you can't repeat edge slides. Good to know. All right. I don't hate it. It's a little gross looking, but I don't hate it. In fact, I might be inclined to try and fix... Here. Check this out. We're gonna grab that, face it, and face it. Double tap G to do an edge slide. That is very good to know. Thank you. Thank you so much, actually. I very, very much appreciate people giving me the shortcuts. Shortcuts are definitely one of the biggest bottlenecks for me in Blender. I'm way more of a conceptual guy, So having people looking out for me on that front is super nice. Very, very appreciated. Look at that. So if we take this and we try to edge out this, which I will do later, I'm not going to do it right now, that should look good. Dissolving face isn't going to do anything for us, so let's go ahead and just delete, 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 delete. And then if I grab these and I face them, we're going to go ahead and put your double G into practice here in just a second. So we will commit that little wisdom to memory. All right. Look at our boy. He's got some gross little legs that may be the worst thing I've ever done. All right. Put you down here. Put you down here. Just repeat. And we go. Is that it? Oh, it looks good. Looks very good. Cool. So let's go ahead and do your method. Double tap G. Oh, look at that. Okay. That's interesting. What does G do? Oh, G gives you free movement. Ah, interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm a little inclined. You can lock free movement to an axis too. Yeah, by pressing Z, X, Y, stuff like that. Does it work like this? Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Wow. I apologize so much for when I forget this in a month. It will not be on purpose. I'm just inept when it comes to this kind of stuff. Thank you so much, honestly. I hope that doesn't come across as sarcastic or anything. I mean that very genuinely. That is huge. Cool. So we're here. I'm a little inclined to try and form that into a quad, but I don't think it fits. Does it fit? Will that quad? Let's try it. I know that you can sit and dissolve faces. In my experience, dissolving faces doesn't work correctly, so I'm gonna refrain. No, it's not right. Okay, yeah, we'll keep it as is. Perfect. Okay, so these are little leggies. If we're being extra pedantic, which we are, I'm going to grab... Oh no, it looks a little weird. I should have done my axis of orientation on here. I'm so... Whatever. No, we're not upset. We're not upset at all. We're fine. I also should have used a cylinder. What am I thinking? Why did I do it like this? I'm freaking out. I'm freaking myself out. That's what it is. All right. We're going to grab you guys, and we'll just keep it nice and crazy and weird. I'm going to make you nice and big. Scooch you up a little bit. Make you a little bit bigger, actually. Scooch you up a little bit more. We're going to grab the tip of you, and we're going to scooch you down. Push this on down. And then I'm going to grab all of this. Looks about right to me. And we're going to average it together. Let's say 1, and let's do it like 8 times. And that should be a pretty decent looking leg. It's got a couple spiky bits on it, but that'll come out when we subsurface divide it. But that looks like a leg to me. That looks good. I mean, it's a little low poly, of course, but it looks like a leg. So now we grab this thing. I'm not sure why the origin changed. I will reset the origin. There we go. And let's go ahead and rotate this boy. I am very aware that my biggest problem with 3D modeling is I need to learn to do like rigs. I need to learn to make skeletons and just make a model that I can move and shape and do shape keys and stuff like that. I'm very aware. I just lack free time outside of stream to do 3D modeling. It's kind of amazing to me that I get time for anything already. All right, look at that. I'm inclined to make them a little bit smaller, but I kind of like how huge they are. There we go. I sort of love how huge they are. They're so big. I mean, this guy does the walking, right? Like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. He's in. I'll fix that part later when I end up joining them together, which I'm not looking forward to. Oh, I don't want to sit and remesh this thing, but I'm going to have to remesh it because that part needs work. Let's go ahead and start with the arms, I guess. If I did the legs one way, I might as well do the arms one way. And the arms look pretty much identical. They're a little thinner. They're kind of papery. So I'll do it that way. I think this might be a good moment to show off something. Let me go ahead and op-end a file on here. Let's see, where are you at? There you are. Check this out. Hello? Where is it? Having trouble finding it. It should be this. We'll go ahead and make a collection real quick. We'll call this King of the Steam. And I'll put you, the body, and the legs in there. We'll put our empties up in world. And we can get rid of this collection, which is the one I should have renamed, but we didn't. Delete. Perfect. We're going to call this a sign. All right, check this out. I made this a while ago. This is for the same character. This is his little sign. Let's see if it still works. It does. Hey, okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and put on an HDRI real quick. We'll do overclassed cliffs. That'll be good lighting, I think. Look at this man. So this is his little sign, our little demonic sign that he holds. So we got to put this in his hands somehow. So we make our little claws. They have to be able to wrap around this thing. Very proud of this little wood grain texture I made. It might need to be a little bit more on the brown side, but otherwise it looks pretty good to me. So let's grab this real quick and let's face this up 90 degrees. And let's move it into a nice little position for him to hold on to. And we'll get out of that view and we'll go back to him. Okay, now we gotta make noodly little arms. Let's make some noodly little arms. How are we gonna do this? I'm gonna take my own advice. We're gonna make a cylinder. We're gonna take Simo's advice. We're gonna make the cylinder very small. Might even make it smaller than that. Let's do 10. 10's a cool number. All right, so we're gonna go like this. It's gonna get kind of wide at the top in the middle and short at the bottom. So let's go from here. Let's divide you 14 times. That is way too many. 9 times. I like an odd number. Odd numbers work pretty well for us. I might grab the whole thing and make it just a little bit larger. We should grab just that and pull you out. Proportion it with a nice little smooth. And that's what his arm looks like. Grab this, rotate it down. And it might come in just a little bit. Just like that. That's a little bit of a weird shape. We're gonna have to round this thing out. We'll get there. We'll get there, we'll get there. Let's make this real small. I'm gonna say 0.1, 0.1. And then we can proportion it using a sharp. Hello? What the heck was that? 0.1, 0.1. Sharp. And get it going up just a little bit. And then this guy we want to shrink down. There we go, that works. Okay, so now I need to make actual fingers. And that's not a terrible looking hand. I think I want to make it a little chunkier. That looks alright to me. It's a little flat, that's good. He's pretty flat. Alright, man, I really should have made an armature, shouldn't I? Should I learn how to make an armature right now? Is that what we should do? I think that's what we should do. Let's do it. This is going to be suffering. I apologize to everybody, but we're going for it. Alright, so if we're doing that, I'm going to get away from a cylinder. And we're going to do a UV sphere. And I'm just going to learn my lesson right here, right now. So, what does an arm look like? Well, we want to go back to the shape we had earlier. Right about there. And then I want to flatten both of the ends of this. And this could be terrible. Let's see. Proportion. Too much. What the heck? Why is it proportioning so weird? What is happening? There we go. So there's the top of the arm. Here comes the bottom of the arm. This one should be sharp. Look at that. I think we want to grab this center line. Actually, let's grab this line down here, and we're going to shrink this. Is that all right? That looks super dopey. I love it. He looks so weird. Hold on, that's too far down, or too far up though. Let's do it right here. We'll do like that, and then proportion. Oh. Look at his gross little arm. Yeah, oh gosh, that looks so weird. Yeah, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Cool. So we'll keep it like that, and then we'll go ahead and make the fingers. Now, how much space does he have on his arm? Kind of hard to tell. I'll go all based off of this. It's looking like he doesn't have a full palm. It's pretty short. So let's go ahead and get down here. We'll say that is the size of his palm right then and there. So how far out do we want each finger to be? Finger 1. We'll put 2 between each one. 2, 3, 4. Does that look about right? Looks all right to me. We'll extrude those along normals. Excellent. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. We have to really make them shorter, but otherwise, these look great. Okay. So let's go ahead and get on in here and start forming stuff. Merge at center. Center. What? Center. Why won't it repeat? Okay, something, it doesn't like what I'm doing. Alright, so we're gonna take, I'm assuming it's pronounced Blurde Blah? Blorde Blah? We're gonna take their advice. And we're gonna double G. Double G. Double G. All the way on up. We are zooming like crazy right now, which is driving me a little nuts. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. I'm gonna remove our empties. And let's go ahead and start deleting things. And we're gonna learn something new today. That's the goal. If it ends up being terrible, I'll pivot and we'll try something else. But I've been meaning to learn how to make rigs for a long time, so let's just do it. Why not? Who cares? All right. Theoretically, I know how to do shape keys as well. I've watched a lot of tutorials on shape keys despite not knowing how to do animation. So if we have to, I could do shape keys. But I don't know how much we want to invest in that right now. This isn't the most serious mesh I've ever done in my life. I'm not trying to, like, overstate what's happening right now. All right. This guy looks really weird. I think I can simplify this just a little bit. Let's go ahead and first off, let's do some of this. But I have an idea how to make this look a little easier on the eyes. Okay, tell you what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab these guys. I'm gonna see what happens if I extrude them. Oh, well, it overlaps instantly is the problem. Oh, I missed a bit. Did I miss it anywhere else? No, just that one. Okay. We'll come back to these claws later. I'm gonna think about that for a while. I do want it to look a little bit easier on the eyes. No. Yeah, it's just a little too harsh. It looks a little too scary right now. But I don't think we're gonna solve that right now. So, let's make a rig. How are we gonna do this? Well, I believe there's a rigging. Where is it? General. Rigging, rigging, rigging. Where are you? Where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. Okay, we're Googling it. Blender rigging. Animation and rigging. Okay, let's see. Well, they don't really tell you where to find it. They just tell you how it works, and I know how it works. Apparently it is hidden deep in the file. Although this is old Blender. Alright, let me know. Just tell me what it is. Just let me know. Oh, you just do it in object mode. Got it. Strange. That is not how I thought it would have worked. Tell you what, these fingers probably should be a little bit bigger. Now that I'm sitting here and looking at them. What happens if we do this? Let's do a little bit of editing real quick. I'm going to grab all of these pieces and we're going to make them just a wee bit bigger. We're going to proportion ever so slightly. That'll do. And then I'm going to grab just this part and make this part much bigger. We're going to proportion and make like a wrist. Using a sharp. There we go. And then let's go ahead and save ourselves some drama and round this out just a little bit. It looks a little gross. Perfect. Okay. Got a little weirdo arm. So, what it wants us to do is it wants us to go to object mode. I'm going to save real quick. Let's keep it flat. It wants us to go into wireframe and hit Control A. Which didn't do what I wanted. Oh, here we go. Armature. All right. Okay, we can go for it. Let's go for it. Armature. So what? Hold on, I'm missing something. Shift A, armature. Oh, there it is. So how are we gonna do this? Not you. This one. I'm gonna get it nice and centered in here, and we're gonna see what this even does. So bear with me while I learn a brand new discipline I've never done before. Go to edit mode, select the bone, then move it towards the center. For the human body, the center should be the pelvis, blah, blah, blah. For example, okay, so select the tip of the bone, press Shift E. Doing so, a new bone will extrude from the tip and you'll be able to position it adjacent to the first bone you made. All right, seems easy enough. So we want to go into edit mode and we want to grab this, shrink it down, put it up, and it says Shift E to extrude a new one. It's looking pretty good to me. Shift E. Now, I'm a little weirded out by what we're about to do. We want to Shift E each of these bones here. Which, how on earth are we going to do this? Unless I made it, like, a lot weirder looking. I suppose most creatures have, like, double bones. Let's try that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try doing this and this right to the edge of it. Look at that. Okay. So we're just gonna keep doing that. Theoretically, this should make us a skeleton. Should have been doing this the whole time. Okay, so if I attempt to make this move, I think it should move correctly, right? I'm not sure how much extra editing I'll have to do once we put these bones in, but it's looking pretty solid to me. Oh, there's a weird edge in here. I can see it. That's messing me up. We're going to ignore that for now, but that edge is going to come back to haunt us, I think. I will fix that later. All right. Let's keep it going right there. And up. These are looking pretty good, all things considered. In no way do I consider myself a professional, but I think it looks good. We'll see how it moves once it's done. Oh wait, how am I gonna merge from here? I didn't think about that part. Okay. Well, let's just learn. We're just learning. I'm not thinking things over right now. Okay, so the best of my understanding, I should be able to just grab that and make a claw. Right, should look just like that. Right in the middle of that thing, absolutely. If anything, we can put it all the way to the tip. Look at that. Now, I'm sure everybody has better ways of doing this than me. I feel like I'm really kind of clumsily scrounging around right now. But, oh well. I mean, this looks fine to me. I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. This is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Not that I know that it's working or anything, but I kind of thought this was going to be way more of a procedure than it is. We're probably not going to do this for the legs. This is a pretty lazy character, so I think it's fine if the legs don't move at all. Theoretically, we could, like, make the toes wiggle, but I don't know if we even need to worry about that. Okay, last one. Last but not least, we're up to here. And it looks good to me. They're definitely at different heights, which, that's terrible. Let's fix that up just a little bit. And let's see how it looks. Come on. Come on. Last one. Okay. Now let's see if this actually did anything for us. So I got this guy. I got him all armed up. Got little balls coming out. Looks good. The armature is part of the arms. Arm is what I'll call that. And that is arm. Okay, so what next? So we've created our bones. Parenting. We don't need to worry about parenting. I just did it. Mirroring. I'm not going to mirror. Naming. We don't have to name. And that's where the tutorial ends. What? That doesn't help us at all. Okay, how do I connect the armature to this mesh? What does this do? Drag. Drag, drag. Normal. Orientation. Okay, that doesn't help us. What on earth am I looking at? Okay, I'm gonna save right here and now. It's not connected to anything. Why not? Why does this tutorial teach you how to make bones but not connect them to anything? This is the base for all of your rigging on the model, placing and adding bones. Select the bone you want to act as a parent. Nope, we don't want to do that. Cool, it teaches you nothing about connecting the bones to the model. That's frustrating. And every tutorial is a video tutorial. I don't really want to do that. Okay, well, we're going to sit and dig for a sec. I'm going to get in here and really do the hard work. So let's go ahead and objects. Bendy, relations. What on earth is all of this stuff? This is so beyond me, honestly. I think I'm going to leave it like that for just a second. We're going to take a break from that, and we're going to make the head. The head should be nice and easy compared to this arm stuff. In fact, I'm going to make a collection, and we're going to call you arms. And we'll worry about you in a little bit. Okay, break time. Let's do this. So, our boy needs a head. How are we going to put a head on this guy? I think I'm inclined to extrude out. I like the hat. A hat on him would be very funny. The beard is interesting, but I don't know if it's necessary. What is Electabuzz? The Pokemon Electabuzz. I'm gonna look up him. Electabuzz. I like his head. He's got a cool head. Ooh, that's what I'm doing. Yep. All right, check it out. This is what we're gonna do. Let me download a picture of this. I'm going to throw it in, and we're going to use this as our base. Don't give me a WebP. I don't want a WebP. All right, we're going to do Electivire. There we go. Now we got one. Cool, cool, cool. So let's throw this guy in. I think we can get rid of Snorlax for now. I'm going to go ahead and open up this photo. That's kind of the head that I want. So we're going to give him some fluff coming off, but it's going to be pretty much a rounded head with fluff coming off. I will do 2 little horns. I think that's interesting. The eyes, I'm not 100% set on, but we'll get there. So let's go ahead and throw a head on this guy. Again, I'm using UV spheres all day. There's no reason not to. That looks about right to me. Let's go ahead and set it to 0, 0. I'm gonna go into edit and we're gonna grab just the bottom of this head and really scale her down. What does that look like? I think it could be a little bit bigger, all things considered. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, I like that. Let's go ahead and grab the whole thing, and as per the norm, we'll go ahead and average it just a little bit by 0.5, 8. All right, there we go. We got a head. Now, we just got to make him ruffly. How are we going to do that? We're going to keep it nice and easy. I'm going to do the bottom ruffle first. So, he's going to be a bearded man for sure. How do we want to do this? I'm thinking what we can do is grab that, extrude it out, and then make it spiky? I don't know how I feel about that. Let's try it. So there's 1. And then if I do 2, what is this going to look like? And then we can just sit and bevel that edge out and make it look nice. Sure, why not? This looks fine. So I'm inclined to delete this. Just like that. Keep it nice and easy. Probably could have just not extruded these, but I wasn't thinking ahead. Big surprise, big surprise. Cool. Let's do this. Look at that. And it looks like he comes a little bit further out here. So we're gonna do the hard task of removing this one. And we'll say that this is fine. Look at that. Okay, cool. So, what do we need to do now? Let's try something really easily real quick. I'm gonna dissolve this edge. Absolutely. Perfect. Perfect. Exactly what we want. Do the same thing. And now we just gotta make them spiky. the spikes are going to be a little frustrating, I think. Let's just see what this does. You know what? Looking at this, the whole thing could just use a little bit of that. And now I think we could just grab things and start merging. We're just going to go for it. I'm going to be a little haphazard. We can sit and articulate and do interesting stuff later. But I think the more haphazard, the better right now. Let's see. I'm sure there's a shortcut to do every other one, but I don't really think I've ever seen anything like that. I don't think I've even seen somebody do something like that. So this is going to be the way we do it. And it equals perfect. Thought I might have had to take a liberty on the end there, but no liberties required. Theoretically, I could even extrude those. I could extrude one more and have a triple layer, which I might do. Let's see. Let's see how this turns out first. All right. Are we feeling good about this? I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. I might use a magnetic... Hello? What the heck was that? I might use some magnets to auto-grab those vertices in the bottom. We'll see, I'm not sure. Look at that. Look at this guy. He looks pretty good. Now, dare I try to do one more? I'm not sure. Yep, I'm gonna do this. Check this out. Oh wait, no, I can't do it. Oh. Okay, we're gonna do it the old way then. This is gonna be annoying. Apologies. Always comes down to stuff like this, but you know, that's life. Alright, if I subsurface divide this, what is that going to even look like? I'm not sure. Alright, I should probably sit and mess with this for a second before we get too deep into the process. Oops, messed up. I just want to make sure this works before we sit and do another row of it. So we're just getting everything nice and plugged in here. Alright, so check that out. We have what should be a pretty good looking boy here. I think I'm content with him. Let's go ahead and put him in a... Ooh, something got weird there. I need to reset my geometry. Something looks very strange there. Okay, let's put a subsurface on him and see what it does. actually makes it look pretty good. I like that. That looks great. That's better than the spiky, I think. Cool. So, last but not least, I think what we want to end up doing is fixing this little area right here. So I'm going to grab all of this, along with that, all of this, that. We're going to average them. I'm going to say 0.75, probably 4 times. Looks all right to me. I got to fix that little bit right there, but otherwise, it's a pretty good angle. And if we plug this back on, yeah, it looks fine. He kind of looks like a Star Wars character. I like him. I like him a lot. I think this guy's really cool. Cool, so let's make a triple layer. Let's go one more on this thing. I'm gonna go back to edit mode. We're gonna get rid of this, and we're gonna come over here. So instead of working harder, I'm gonna work smarter. We're just gonna remove the ones that we don't want. Just like that, nice and quick and easy, and not thinking about it too hard. Let's extrude along normals. Let's push those normals down. And we're just going to repeat the same process we were doing before. So I think we just want to go ahead and do one of these. Something's weird here. What am I missing? Something's wrong. I think what we ended up doing wrong is we had the subdivision set. Yep, it's the subdivision for sure. So if I merge these at center... Okay, yep. Okay, got it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to edge slide with a magnet turned on, which should theoretically merge these guys together, right? Don't tell me that there's 2 of them. I'm going to lose my mind. Why? Okay, I did something wrong. Did something a little wrong. What did I do? Merge. Well, I could do it manually. That's fine. Let's do it again. Edge slide, get them really close together. And then we can do Control M, Control B, Shift M. What is it? Merge by distance, and then we're going to just slightly increase the distance. And ain't no problem, we've done it. Everything else looks about right to me, so we'll keep it like that. I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. Edge slide on up. And all we need to do is select, merge by distance. A-okay. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. So now it's just an easy task of popping that back up here. Merging by last. Oh, it looks so weird. What is happening? Merge. Sure. Let's try that. Let's see how that turns out. This looks a little fishy for me, honestly. In fact, let's just see what it looks like with the subsurface. Oh, it looks pretty good. Okay, I'll keep it. I think we need to sit and fix all of our normals, but that'll be in due time. So, let's do the annoying hard part real quick. And then we're just about done with the head. I'm going to make a mouth. That shouldn't be too hard in my experience. And then we'll have a head. I think I might take a little break to do materials before we get back to that arm. And then we'll be just about done. I think there's a lot of little polishing stuff that I have to do on this mesh. The really tedious, annoying stuff. But, you know, I'll probably do it off stream. I don't like to waste too much time on stream, despite how much I already waste. I think it's in everybody's best interest if the, like, tedious stuff is done off stream and the learning is done on stream. And there's been a lot of learning today, that is for sure. Alright, we've officially entered the chapter where we intersect this guy's body all day. So that's fun for the whole family. Look at this. Okay, so to the best of my understanding, we should just have a guy. Look at that. Look at this boy. Oh, it actually works so well. It looks really good. Oh, he looks like the king of the Zora in Hyrule or Ocarina of Time. That's exactly what he looks like. Okay, so if that's the case, let me take it upon myself to give him really long whiskers, because I love the idea of that. So we're going to go ahead and grab this guy. And we're going to pull these down. Pull them forward just a little bit. And we're going to push them out just a little bit. Okay, what does that look like? Oh, you can go further than that. Absolutely, we can go further than that. Just like that. Look at this. Look at this guy. Oh, he's so cute. We took like a big dumb idiot and we made him really cute. Oh, look how good he looks. Look how good he looks. Okay, if I'm being really, really detail oriented, I want to connect these guys together. So I want to make some kind of shape here. I may take this right here and slide that. That's not what I want. I want to grab these guys and slide them in just a little bit. Excuse me. We're going to slide them in by 2.5. Of course, that messed everything up. Sliding vertices is the worst. Okay, well that's now 3. We're going to do it like this. Now what? Yeah, oh my gosh, look at him. He looks so good. Let's get rid of that arm real quick. That's not the arm. Look at this guy. Now, let's fix that thing that I said I was going to fix last time. We want to connect these guys together. Like that. Like that. That and this. We will do the exact same thing on this one, despite how weird it looks. Just nice and easy. Keep it super nice, super easy. Let's not overthink things too much. Just like that. How does that look? Looks a little better. Yeah, I like that. Okay, that's what we're doing. Let's do it the exact same way here, as fast as we please. And then we're up. We're ready to go. And then I'll make the mouth, and we'll make the eyes, and then we'll do materials. And we have an hour and a half left, so I'm thinking things are looking pretty good for us. I think we're making great time. Okay, so we want to make a triangle along this face right here. Triangle along this face. Do that. Do this. And Bob's your uncle. We're there. Check out our boy. Look at him. He looks so good. He's so cute. Okay, so now the mouth. The mouth of somebody like this. How are we going to make a mouth for this guy? I'm trying to think of the lore. So there's some lore to this character. It's silly. It's not very serious. But there is lore. I don't think he has teeth. I don't think he's able to have teeth. So let's turn that off. Let's get in here. What do we want to be doing? I think that might be enough. Extrude in. Extrude way in. Like that should do. And then if we grab everything surrounding that, hold on. Let's do that 3 times. I'm very inclined just to grab all of this. Not you. And average all of this together. That looks kind of like a little guppy mouth. That's the idea. That looks good. Look at him. Oh, it looks so good. We turn on the subsurface. And you're like, what up, dude? This is the guy. This is the quest giver. Yes. Oh, he looks great. Cool. So, last but not least, I think I want to make hard edges on the lips. So, we need to define this a little bit more strategically, I think. Let's go ahead and grab this. Let's pull you forward just a little bit. And this with you. And pull you forward just a little bit. What is happening? Just this. Now, do I want to try and make the little fleshy bit here? I don't think so. I think it looks alright like that. He looks so good! I think his mouth should even come out a little bit more. Let's do that real quick. Wow. Oh man, I was like worried this guy wasn't going to turn out. This actually looks so fun. Let's do a sharp. That looks alright to me. I think I want to take this edge right here. Just this part. And sink it in just a little bit. Just like that. And we'll do the exact same thing right here. Sink you in just a little bit. That's it. We're good. We're set. He looks perfect. Oh gosh, he looks so perfect. He's so cool. Okay, so now we're working with some dimensions. Here is the idea for me. The head looks a little bad. I'm gonna go into this, grab object mode, or edit mode I mean. And let's grab all of his vertices. Just like that. We're gonna shrink you down a little bit. We're gonna add these dimensions. Hello? Hold on. There we go. Get rid of these. Get rid of these. There we go. Now we need to average all this together to get kind of a scooped head. A nice scooped head. And then we'll push the eyes forward in a socket, and that should do it. Not quite. Let's see what that looks like in object mode. Oh, look at him. He looks so good. I love him. I love this little beast. Okay, so my inclination now is to do this. We're gonna grab that. No. We're gonna grab this. All the way out. Not quite that far. This looks about right to me. We're gonna pull you out, and we're gonna round you just a little bit. What does that look like in object mode? No, don't like that. Let's get rid of these guys. Let's push just this, like, circle thing forward. Joe! Wait, were you streaming that whole time? What were you doing talking to my chat? Joe comes in, starts hanging out, talking in chat. He's already in stream. What? Alright, look at that. You said one thing. That's fair. Look at... Okay, so we're making a beast today. We got this. So I'm taking some creative liberties. We got him there. We have Electabuzz over here. Yeah, so I see Mr. Affiliate over here. That's so cool. I'm gonna have to subscribe to you. I'll jump next time I jump on your stream. You're getting a subscription, man, and I want those emotes. It's been kind of a crazy week for me, all things considered. So I've been a little out of it, but I'll be back with vengeance soon. Trust me. But that is so cool. Congratulations on affiliate. All right. So we got to make some eyes, and I'm thinking we also want to make a little thing up here. You have a little surprise for me. What on earth could that mean? I never know what to think with you, Joe. You're always a man of mystery. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and tune this guy down just a little bit. Oops, wait, whoa, hold on. We got to put on symmetry. There we go. Now we tune him down just a little bit. Just to follow up on a joke. I have no idea what that could even mean. Oh, look at him. Look at him. All right, so all we're doing is we're just kind of building out a shape here. I want the eyes to be very forward in like a shell. Just something I said during one of my streams. Sure. Well, I look forward to it. When is the next time you stream? If it's tomorrow, bingo, we're in business. Oh, he looks great. This is it. This is the shape right here. Perfect. Now, I'm going to give him some sort of thing on his head. What should I put on this guy's head? You're doing another stream today? What on earth? Joe, what is your streaming schedule? It makes no sense. I suppose I stream twice in a day too. Who am I talking to? Of course, that makes perfect sense. You got it. Well, I'll be there tomorrow. You know, my Sundays are always kind of crazy. Alright, so we have made this guy into a shape that I think looks pretty good. So, am I going to put a hat on this guy, or am I going to make him horns? I think a fish with horns. Thank you, man. Fish with horns. That doesn't make sense to me. Although, I could do, like, a unicorn. Let's try that. I think that makes sense. Unless it's a bullfish. Alright, now we gotta Google bullfish. Let's Google bullfish real quick. Bullfish. These don't look like horns. Is this a joke? Wait. I'm not seeing any sort of uniformity on here. I like this boy. Alright, tell you what. I'm gonna just make a... It's not a real thing. Got it. It's one of those things that, like, fish have regional names. I went up to Maine when I was a little tiny kid. And I caught what was, like, called a dogfish or something. And I have a picture of it. And everybody I show it to is like, that's not a dogfish. That's not what dogfish look like. It's like, I don't know. That's what the fisherman called it. I didn't name the thing. Alright. Let's try just seeing what it looks like. does this do for us? Does this make a horn? Should do, right? Should this make a horn? It does. Okay. Oh, he actually looks pretty good with a horn. I think I like the horn. The horn's kind of cool. I think I might be inclined to J it. Yes, no, maybe so. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. He does look kind of good with a horn, though. If I grab... Okay, here we go. New thought process. Let's grab the horn and let's Control B it. Oh, wait, it's going to auto do that. Wow, that looks not good. If we go back to edit mode and I try to loop it, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. How many times we got to do this? That looks pretty bad. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Remove these J's. I don't know how to feel about this. This looks a little weird to me. It doesn't even work like... It doesn't make sense. It's not cutting correctly. It actually looks kind of decent once you get to this part, though. Okay, check it out. Here's the idea. I think I know what we're doing. I'm going to fix the geometry right here using a J, a J. That should do. That's fine. Just like this. Nice and easy. Come on, chill out. Look at that. Okay, so we have the shape of the horn and it's got proper geometry. That's fine. Sir. We want to grab it like this. And edge slide up. Right? And if I edge slide all the way up, we're looking pretty good. That looks all right. I don't hate that. Okay, I think he gets a spike on the head. We might hang something off the spike. Maybe I'll tie a little ribbon on it. Oh, I should tie a ribbon on it, shouldn't I? Why did I say that out loud? Why did I say that? Oh, we're gonna have to tie a ribbon on it. Ugh. I don't want to do that. Kind of thinking about giving him like a lucky talisman. Like a little, one of those things that the Chinese zombies have on them. Maybe we'll do that. Hold on. Let's make the eyes first. Really squinty, gross looking eyes. Okay, so we're gonna go and add 2 icospheres of 4. We're gonna bring them over. Make them real small. Make them a little thin. Look at this boy. I love him. He looks so good. Oh, he looks so good. I love this guy. This is the coolest guy I've ever made. He's so cool. Okay, so you're gonna go like that. We're gonna rotate you up a little bit, and we're gonna push it in the socket. Bring you out just a little bit. Okay, that is definitely strange, which is the goal. We're gonna mirror you on the head, which I think is just called sphere. It is. Let's rename this. Your head. This icosphere is going to be eyes. Oh my gosh. Hey, Necro Fried Chicken, welcome back. Thank you, thank you. We're making some combination of these guys. And Snorlax. Snorlax is hidden back in here somewhere, too. Look at him. Good luck. You know, we're just having fun. If this sketch ends up being a failure, we've learned a lot. I made my first armature here. It doesn't work yet, but we're getting there. Let's go ahead and close that, by the way, and let's move this picture up to here. There we go. All right. I think this is a good enough point for me to start. Oh, wait. Wait. I have a much better idea. Oh, I know how to solve this whole problem right here. Yes. Oh, we've done it. We've solved the problem. Okay, so I'm going to edge slide these back down. Like that. And this guy... Oh, this is it. Check this out. I'm pushing this guy deep in here. Oh, we've solved this whole problem. I know exactly what we're doing right now. We're going to grab... Oh, we can't. We're going to edge slide again, just down a little bit. Look at this. This is it. And now let's make a horn. Why didn't I think to do this earlier? Oh, I should have thought to do this earlier. Man, this is so much easier. Okay, so. I try to stay away from cones. Just because I feel like you can make pretty much anything without a cone. I kind of think Blender doesn't need to have cones by default. And for me, every time I make a cone, I end up wanting to loop cut it. And then you can't loop cut a cone. So it's just like, what's the actual point? Like, why have a cone? It's such a terrible, terrible shape. I'm sure if you're making something that is exactly a cone, I tend to make everything from planes merge to a single vert. That's that's insanity. What are you talking about? Why do you do that? I hope that's a joke. If not, you're a sadist. I mean that in the most loving way possible, but what? That's crazy, man. Why do you do that? Does it help? Look at this. Oh! More control over the mesh. Hey, more power to you. More power to you. Honestly, don't let me tell you wrong. If it works, it works. There we go. Look how quick that horn was. That took 2 seconds. If I'm being crazy, which I'm always being crazy, we're going to tilt this guy down a little bit. Necro, you are so nice. Thank you so much. I've never felt so supported in my life. I'm going to have you adopt me. Look at that! See, that is a much better looking horn than what we were doing earlier. Cool. So let's do some materials. I need a break before we think about this armature again. We got about an hour left. Let's do materials. Alright, and that belly needs some work. I mean, he looks a little worse for wear, all things considered. Alright, materials are definitely my specialty. Not that I'm amazing at them, but I'm at least comfortable with them. Also, I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. I can't hear myself. I feel like I'm yelling. There we go. Alright, material time. Let's start with the body. Let's do the body. You love playing with generated mats? I love procedural materials. I'm such a fan of procedural. It is like the most satisfying thing in the world. Yeah, that's what you meant. Okay, perfect. We're gonna go ahead and hide these. We're just looking at our boy. Oh, I should have done the claws on the feet slightly different. Oh well, we'll get back to that. I can do that easily. Actually, I might want to do the same thing I did for the horn on the feet. That could work well. Is your mesh properly UV unwrapped? I'm not using textures for the time being. But no, I haven't done any UV stuff yet. Okay. What do I want this guy to look like? I'm thinking we want glossy. I mean, he spends all of his time in a bathhouse. He just sits and sweats, right? He's a sweaty, sweaty guy. Yeah, we gotta fix that. That looks pretty bad. Makes procedural textures a little bit more interesting. Really? What do you mean by that? What makes it so interesting to have procedural stuff? Harder. Well, my life's already hard enough, I think. I don't want to get, like, sickly with this guy. Ooh, that's the color right there. Let's say 0.75. 0.7. 0.65. That's perfect. In my mind, he's probably a little bit hairy, like peach fuzz. So how am I gonna get that to render? First off, let's add a color ramp. Let's go ahead and grab that color, plug him in. This is for a game. It's sort of a joke game. I mean, I don't want to call it a joke game. I care a lot about it. I'm putting a lot of effort into it. But I'm not trying to take it too seriously. If the game comes out and people are like, this looks ugly, I'm going to be like, yeah. Comedy game. Yeah, it's definitely funny. It's definitely a funny game. It's not meant to be taken seriously. All of the characters are very tongue-in-cheek. Nobody thinks of themselves too highly. Like COD. Yeah, just like COD, obviously. Alright, this is not a good idea. I'm going to put a noise texture in, and we're going to see what this does. For anybody... Oh, we'll see. For anybody who is any bit curious... I'm taking a lot of inspiration from the game 21 The World, and I'm taking a lot of inspiration from Sewer Rave. Two games that I very much appreciate and I think are very good for people getting into game design. Not that I'm an expert or anything, but just the feeling. I actually like that look a lot. It's just a little weird. I couldn't imagine touching this guy. If you touched him, that would be a little strange for me. Jack that up, put in a color ramp, put it in mapping in texture info node. Okay, hold on. You're going fast. Jack that up, put in a color ramp, got it. Put in a mapping in texture info node. Okay, so let's put in a mapping and texture info. I have texture coordinates. What do you mean texture info? I'm assuming you mean texture coordinate. Texture info. Yeah, coordinates. So what you want me to do, theoretically, is this. Correct? Texture coordinates mapping noise color ramp. Got it. Sure, let's give it a shot. We got a real wizard over here. That streak is very strange. You do a lot of EV texturing? Got it. I'm in cycles. I'm sure, yeah, you see that. What is that little line? Why is that line showing up there? Is that this? It is. It is that. Okay, well, that's weird. Why is it doing that? Okay, and you wanted me to rotate it a little bit. Let's try doing some rotations and see what we get. I'm not gonna say it's exactly what I want. Can bring in the color ramp some. I don't know if this is what we're going for. I think I was just experimenting with the noise texture. I want it to look a little bit more tactile. I do like this color. We're going to keep the color ramp. We're going to remove these. I'll keep the texture coordinates because we do use generated quite a bit. But let's see. Try object. You want me to try object info? Oh, try object on this. Yes, I've done that. I really like reflection. I'm a huge fan of reflection, but if you're putting it in a game engine, it doesn't render correctly. It's not proportional to what you're going to get, so I stay away from it. Shaders don't really carry over at all. Yeah, exactly. So I try not to think too much about that. Instead, I try to get a vibe, right? For me, this is something that I'm going to put into a texture map later. So I'm just thinking out loud right now. White noise could do it. Oh, it's just not going to do anything? Nothing. Just vibe till you get something you like, basically. It just makes noise, but it's not making anything here. Hold on, let's add a displacement. Let's really get a... Let's see what this is doing. It's doing nothing. What? Not anything else. Got it. Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and grab our boy. I'm thinking Musgrave has to be the right one. I strayed away from it. But we're going to use a Musgrave, and we're going to set the roughness to it along with the color. And we're going to lean very heavily on this. There we go. And this color is going to be a little bit pink. And then let's go ahead and add a math node. And let's subtract a good little bit. We'll do it like that, and then I'll go 100. Oh, what on earth? It looks terrible. That's not what I thought was going to happen. Oh, I wanted him to be, like, wet. Okay. Different idea. It does look like frog skin. That is definitely not the idea for me. We're going to lower the numbers a little bit. I'm actually going to lower them even more. Tell you what, we're going to desaturate this to 0.05, and we're going to desaturate this to 0.05. Why is he so dark? Looks so strange. All right, and then we're going to... I need to grab just the bottom half of him. Why would the subtract affect that, though? You're right, it is that. Strange. Oh, that looks kind of cool. But that's not what we're doing. Okay. I gotta chill for a sec. I'm thinking too much. Try a color ramp instead of a subtract. That's actually a really good idea. I'm gonna start with this one. We're gonna get off of this one, I promise. That's a smart idea. Necro Fried Chicken, how long have you been 3D modeling? Have I asked you that already? Yep, you got it. $2 years, that's excellent. I am approaching 6 months myself. Let's put in a B-spline. You have not shown me any of your work. I would love to show it off. If you wouldn't mind, I don't accept links on Twitch just because we have a botting problem sometimes. But if you wouldn't mind joining the Discord, which is a shameless plug, I will show off all your stuff on stream. It's kind of what I like to do. We've had a lot of cool 3D modelers show up. I'm not digging this. Something's weird about this. I'm not loving it. Let's come back to this. I'm going to call this skin. So let's go ahead and give them all the skin. We do have a pretty nice community coming together. Change it from FBM to something else. What do you mean FBM? FBM. Oh, yep, got it. Ooh, oh, okay. Hetero terrain has always been kind of my usual go-to, but I think we could get outside of that. Also, I'm kind of thinking that if we can just make little tiny muddy color changes, this could look really cool. Like, check this out. If I give him... Okay, let's simplify things just a little bit. Detail is 0.5. Dimension is 1. Get him really subtle. And we're going to manually bring the roughness down. He'll just be uniformly a little shiny. Like a waxy boy. Alright, I'm pulling up my Discord. Let's see if you've posted anything. I would love to show off your work. It seems like you have a really good grasp on 3D modeling. In 2 years, honestly. I've seen people from all different ranges. In 2 years to be talking the way that you're talking is very confident, very cool. Hey, look who's here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a tag real quick. You're gonna get made a mesh master, and you should see a 3D modeling channel. If you would like to post some portfolio pieces in the 3D modeling channel, we'll show you off. See you, Joe. Thank you so much for everything you do, always. You're always very excellent to us. You linked your YouTube? Would you mind grabbing just a couple of like prominent pieces that I could show off? Because I would love to show it on stream. I just can't show a YouTube video. Okay, so we're doing the horn. The horn should be nice and easy. I want to make a shiny black oil slick sort of looking thing. So you are going to be... You're good. There is no rush. You are perfectly fine. We'll say 0.25. Looks really good. And then I'm going to put a color ramp on, and we're going to add a freshnel to make it pop. Because every time I can use a freshnel, I am happy. Okay, so let's go ahead and put on a freshnel. I like 2 personally. Big fan of 2s. We're gonna grab a really dark blue. That's already a pretty cool color combination. That is already such a nice color combination. Wow. Wow, that is already so nice. All right, we've got linked a picture. Let me go ahead and finish up this horn real quick, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at it. We're gonna grab the hue. It is 0.630. Yeah, freshnel is really where I live, I think. We're gonna do that. And we're going to go ahead and give it a saturation. Oh, we should do this first. Saturation of 0.001. And we're doing this. Why are we doing this? Because I need to spin it in a very specific way to make a rainbow. Okay, so I need you to be a nice rainbow-y effect for us right there. So we're going to lower that black on down. In fact, I think we might want to put it right here. There we go. Get it really dark. Try putting in a black and white color ramp between the freshnel and the rainbow color ramp. 1 second. Let's try that. I actually kind of like it like this. I think I could be set. I think I could just be set on this. That looks really good. I don't mean to ignore you. We're just thinking out loud here. Ooh, the really black is cool. I think I really like it like this. I think I don't want to challenge this. That looks exceptional. I might add the IOR up just a little bit. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. 2.5. Yeah, there's no negativity here. Not at all. Look at that. All right, I'm playing with fire here. I'm just going to keep going. We're just really getting it down to the wire. I want that internal black core, and I want the outside really white. There it is. That's it. That's the one right there. Look at that. Cool. That's the smallest little thing that probably won't even show up in the final release, but yeah, we'll take it. All right. Necro Fried Chicken. I should mention, this VOD is going up on YouTube. Are you okay with me showing your stuff off to YouTube? I'm going to give you a nice proper shout out, and we'll give you, everyone, a place to go find you. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Okay, everyone should know that this is an unfinished piece. Necro is capable of much more than this. This is not indicative of the final result. Let's show it off. What on earth? Waiting on a smoke sim. Okay, that's fair. Look at this. This is crazy. This is, wow. What on earth? It's based on a painting, yeah. It sounds about right. Actually, you've said that. Hold on. I have a piece that I think you'd be really interested in. And while we're here, we'll show everybody on stream. So just keep my boy company for just a second while I pull it up. I gotta find it. It's on my DeviantArt. I don't care what anybody says about DeviantArt. It is a wonderful place to find, like, reference pieces. Alright, let's see here. We're going through quite a bit. Oh, you might like that one as well. I'm intentionally not showing too much on stream because I don't want to get in too much trouble. There we go. Here's two pieces that I think you'd be really interested in. You should definitely make a DeviantArt. They are very, very efficient for what they do. All right, so here's a piece that looks just like your color scheme. Looks like something you'd be really into. This is an excellent piece of art. This is by Chris Cold. But the one that I thought you would be really interested in is this guy. Your piece reminds me so much of this energy. Oh, this would take forever to make. This is by Damie M. So as soon as I saw your art, I thought of these, which you're conjuring the right imagery, man. You're doing your Necro Fried a favor. Okay, with that, I am back. No post-processing. Very cool. I try to stay away from post-processing myself. I find it just a little much. Oh, I actually kind of like the way the seams join there. That's not terrible. And procedural textures. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and name these textures real quick. We're going to call this Black Bone. We have some materials here that are not named. I think that's relating to the sign. I don't know what this is. What is this? Just a glossy gray. I wonder where that came from. Okay, so I'm going to grab Black Bone. And we're going to make another one. And we're going to call this Eyes. And we're going to take away the Freshnel. But otherwise, we are going to keep this. Let's add a glass. The color scheme I really enjoy. We're going to keep the color scheme going. Now, when you make eyes, there's definitely a way to do it that looks intense for me. I actually will need a Freshnel again, but I will need maybe a magic texture. Depth of 5, depth of 6. Nope, 5 it is. Scale of 20. Oh, no. That's too much. These eyes are so small, it's pretty hard to get it looking right. I'm gonna stick to the default, like, wave. It's a little boring, it's a little commonplace, but it'll get the job done. So we'll do spherical waves. They're gonna get transformed in just a second. We've been linked another thing by Necro Fried Chicken. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at this. So cool. Very, very cool. I love the little cones. There you are. There's the cone. The cone conspiracy theory is real, everybody. I love that. Necro. Yeah, of course you used cones. Necro, where can everybody find you most easily? What is your preferred platform for people to find you on? Your YouTube. Is it just called Necro Fried Chicken? Spelled Necro Fried, one word, _ chicken? Perfect, yeah. For all 8 people that watch my YouTube videos, go check out Necro Fried Chicken. If you see this 2 years from now, they're only going to be better than they are now. So, go do it. Oh, it's Necro Fried Chicken, 3 separate words. Perfect. In fact, I will even show people that. No worries. We are all about the love here on this channel. Here you go. This is your boy, Necro Fried Chicken, with the crazy looking wizard up top here. Also made my chicken. Yep. Very good. Cool. Alright, with that, I am back to boy, Chicken Wizard. Alright, I am very inclined to change this to red. Like an orangey red. And I'm going to lower that scale down. Get it really small. Actually, no, I liked it where it was. So he's got black, crazy looking eyes. And then we're going to go ahead and put in the Freshnel. Oh, that kind of ruined it. Hold on. Okay, so there's a different way to do this. It's going to require a bit of editing for me. What are we making here? This is the King of the Steam. We're making just a couple of little boys put together to make a big old guy. For anybody who didn't see this earlier, here's his going rates. He charges 40 skulls per day, 140 per weekend. He just turns water into steam for people to have hot springs. He's just a little water spirit. Alright, back into the eyes. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna merge colors together. I could probably just use a math node, but colors are fine with me. Oh man, I should really edit it. There's a different way I should be doing this. Actually, here we go, here we go. This is it. Yep, that's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna put you up as color 1, and you're gonna be pitch black. And the factor is gonna be based on the IOR. Where are we looking? Where are we looking? I think I want overlay. No? are we going to do this? I want it to be black on the edge and this color in the addicted to color ramps. Sure. I am also addicted to color ramps. So let's do a mix. Do we want to get higher on this thing? There we go. Nope, it's kind of hitting everything. I don't want that. Okay, so we have to up it just a little bit. Is there a way to... It would be from viewport, wouldn't it? Hold on, let's get rid of the Freshnel for just a second. Camera data. View vector. So the closer we are to the view... No, that's not right. How are we going to do this? I suppose an easy way to do it. Okay, I'm going to go way easier. Light path object. What about the dumb, silly way that I would have done it when I was an amateur? Okay, so I'm going to do this. And then we'll go ahead and put that color ramp in. Okay, well it's right, but I need to get the view vector correct. So this is the point where we put in the texture coordinates. And we put in a mapping node. And we do this. And we want to rotate, I think, the x-axis by 90. What? Why is that doing nothing? What? Why is it doing nothing? That's confusing. That doesn't make any sense to me. Let's do -1, see what that does. There we go. I know that it's set to spherical, but why would that affect... I'm spinning in a circle. Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just a little confused. I thought it would hold... Okay, let's reset the scale on everything real quick. What on earth? I suppose I could do linear. And instead, we'll spin it on the z-axis by 90. And I'm going to give him kind of like a blushy little eye. Stretching the scale. Okay, we'll do that. Let's go up to like 10. Let's see what that does for things. Sometimes my brain really can't synthesize like what's actually happening here. Just makes no sense to me. Let's get rid of that. Can't be a perfect circle. You got it. You've said the magic activating phrase, and I'm here. Okay, well, I think we had more luck with the Freshnel, so we're gonna reset this. I am trying to get it... Hello, what just happened? I'm trying to get it so that the outer edge of the eye is black, and it gradiates into this. So this is like the pupil, if you will. I've done it in the past. Also, while we're here, I think it'll be way more interesting if I do it like this. Actually, no, because he's a little derpy. It might be kind of terrible too, because the point of origin is not between the two eyes. That's an interesting thought, actually. Let's apply this. I can recreate this if I have to pretty quickly. And we're gonna set origin to geometry. Does that change anything? Why does that not change anything? Generated it like that. So do we have to redo the setup here? I mean, we're at the origin point, but they're not identical, right? Using texture coordinate object vector math, length as a mask. Texture object. Vector math, length as a mask. That might be a little much for me to wrap my brain around right now. No, that didn't do it. Okay. So I want to go back to eyes. The origin isn't inside the eyes. Okay, you can use an empty, use the eyedropper on the texture coordinates to select the empty to control the texture node coordinates. That's an interesting thought, but I'd have to do it separately for both the eyes, wouldn't I? Okay, well, I think the easiest way around this, I actually really like the way this looks, is to double the math on this a little bit. I think we want the vector definitely based off of a Fresnel. Let's see if this follows. I don't think it should. Oh, hey, there we go. Now he looks at you. Perfect. There we go. There we go. That's exactly what we wanted. So we're going to double our scale real quick. We're going to triple our scale real quick. Perfect. Now he's here. Yeah, that's him. Okay. That's what I thought should have happened the first time I put the Fresnel in, but this time we got it. Your smoke crashed. How long have you been running it for? Look at that. That is intimidating. 2 hours. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know if there's an easy fix for you there. Let's go ahead and make this like brilliant bright red. A little bit of blue, I think, could do it, and then we'll just lower that. Yeah, that'll do. That's our boy right there. I might be inclined to do this. Yeah. Oh, he looks cool. Yeah, I mean, or you could just go to like a render farm if it was that important. I've never used a render farm. It's something I try to stay away from. Yeah, I figured. Just a personal project. Yeah, man, how would you fix that? The only other thing I would tell you is, hold on, let me look at it real quick. Oh, you've removed it. You could lower the quality on it, or would it be possible to render it If nothing secret, there is a ship it render farm. It's free. Is the smoke like running through things? Or is it like in the foreground, off the head? What if you tried to render it without the city and without the skybox, and you just put a transparency behind it, and then overlay the two images on top of each other without the skull? Like one has the city and the skybox, and one has the skull and the smoke. Oh, just trying to bake it. Oh. That's rough. That's very rough. Yeah, man. I guess you just have to lower it. No, no problem at all. Just thinking out loud here. Okay, so if I have you two here, how do you guys feel about armatures and like making rigs and stuff? Do you guys have any experience with that? Because I could really use some help. In the meantime, I'm going to grab this body and I'm going to just do a little bit of sculpting on him. That's too much sculpting. Yeah, some. Okay. Would you like to tell me what I am doing wrong? Look at that. Oh, that's a little bit better. Oh, wait. Nope, it didn't mirror. Hold on. Lots of rigs. That is good to hear. That is very refreshing to hear. So let me fix this guy real quick, and then I'm going to show you my rig that I made earlier. That is not working. Let's make this guy just a little bit skinnier. He works too hard to be this big. There we go, just a little skinnier. Just like that. Look at him. Okay, so here's what I made. We made an arm. And I've made an armature that fits inside the arm. It's a weird shape because the arm itself is a weird shape. How do I get the armature to do it? Like, how do I link these together? Because if I move the armature, it doesn't move the skeleton, or this rig at all. It doesn't do anything. Also, while we're talking about this, I see an edit that I can do really quick. Yeah, just like, it doesn't want to participate at all. Nothing is happening. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna proportion it. Let's use like a sharp. Should probably do multiple of these. Select the object, shift select the armature, control P, automatic weights. That sounds so easy. What you have just said is much better than what you get when you Google it. I have said this in the past, and I will say it until the day I die. Some of the best wisdom I've ever been given is that in order to help other people, you only have to be a couple of steps ahead of them. You do not need to be the most professional, eloquent, whatever person in the world to help people. You should make like a tutorial. Because if it's that easy, holy cow. Okay, let's go for it. So select the object, shift select the armature, control P, automatic weights. Set parent to object with automatic weights. Okay. So let's try it. Oh, go to pose mode. I understand. I'm like freaking out. Pose mode. What is pose mode? Hey! Okay. Oh! Yes! I just punched my mic. Yes! That's it. Keys to the kingdom unlocked. We're here. We're in. We're in, folks. The government files belong to us. We control the bourgeoisie. Oh, it's perfect. Thank you so much. Wow. Genuinely, you should make a series about that. The extent that I Googled that and did not get that answer from anywhere is abhorrent. It makes no sense. What is wrong with the information surrounding Blender? Okay, so last but not least, I want to fix some of this geometry real quick. Wow, this is going to be huge. Making rigs is like, was sort of like one of the final steps in me getting better. That is such a good piece of information to have. It can get complicated, definitely. But like, when you just look up first thing Google gives you, it wasn't the first thing Google gave me, I can tell you that. Maybe you have specialized Google results or something. Maybe it's regional. But it wasn't what I got. That center point looks so gross. I think I'm gonna remesh this or something eventually. Just let's hide. You can't. Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah, it looks pretty bad, doesn't it? If we sit and remesh it, what is it gonna look like? Let's see. Is this gonna ruin? Let's save real quick before I go crazy. Subsurface 2. Oh, it's terrible. Why does it look so bad? I have to join the fingers, I think, on different places. Let's try that. So this center line should not be like that. How are we gonna do this? Yeah, very bad. You know what? I'm gonna remake the arm. I'm gonna remake the arm real quick. Let me go ahead and... That's fine. No worries. I'm just experimenting at this point. Yeah, really bad topology there. Okay. So, let's redo this. I'm gonna redo it real quick. I have a decent idea of how I want to do it. I'm gonna leave that one, since we have that one nice and made. Yeah, I'm not deleting it. Don't you worry. We're just gonna hide that. He's gone. What's this? The sphere is the horn. We're gonna call this new collection arm. What the heck did I just do? What did I just click? What is all this? Oh, I just expanded everything. You could put a cube with some extrusions for fingers, then use subsurface and shrink wrap over the original if you want to. Here's what I think I'm gonna do. I like that idea. That's a decent idea. Arms 2. I'm gonna make a cylinder with geometry 9. I'm gonna make 9 pieces. No, I need to double that. 18. Okay. We're going to get it to kind of an arm shape. I'm going to scooch it way forward. And we're going to make them. So we're going to do this, and we're going to inset a hole. I will worry about the details later. We want to grab... Okay, so the front of the hand is you. That looks about right to me. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Okay, so is it going to be the worst thing in the world if I do it like this? We're going to merge at center, merge at center, merge at center, merge at center, and then we're going to grab our edge, double G, double G, double G. I don't know why that one looks so weird. Double G. Is that the worst thing we've ever seen? Add more loop cuts for the fingers. More loop cuts for the fingers. You mean here? Like that? We could do that. I kind of like it being a spike like this, though. I sort of love how hard that edge is. Okay, hold on. Here's the thought, then. Let's do 1. Whoa, careful. 2, 3, 4. And then I will do, like, 4... 4, 4, make a loop cut and bring it really close to the point. Yep, we're going to do that in just a second. I'm used to that one at this point. Okay, so now we should be able to take these and merge at center, and we'll have a little bit of a lead up before we get to the points. Might be inclined... No, this is fine. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm thinking too much about what we're going to be doing in just a second, not about what we're doing right now. Alright, what do we think of that? And actually, I might go... like this. Give it kind of an articulation. Ooh, that's a look. I like this. This looks good. This is, I think this is it. If the fingers are a little mismatched, I think that's fine. This is a kind of a weird, scrappy looking guy. I don't think he's meant to look too pretty, all things considered. And, you know, aesthetics are mostly determined by symmetry, in my experience. They're not determined by symmetry. What looks pretty is determined by symmetry, is what I'm trying to say. So I think it's fine if he looks a little wild and crazy like this. Okay, so now I want to grab these guys and scooch them on up a little bit. Proportion. Oh, what on earth? Why does that not look correct? There we go. Little bit higher. That looks all right to me. It's a little weird looking. One big thing is we gotta fix this. Let's go ahead and grid fill it. Sure, that'll do. What now? Oh, I see Simo is trying to show me up on our Discord. What else is new? Okay, check it out. We're gonna do this. Someone thought I wouldn't notice until after stream. That looks all right to me. And then we're gonna do the same thing to these guys. And I think that should make it look about right. Slide like that. Something's a little strange here. Does that look about right? It looks very weird to me. Something looks super strange here. Let's try subsurfacing it. It looks so strange. It looks like a robot. But let's try it, and let's see what it looks like. I have a feeling we're gonna have to fix this anyway. Oh! He looks so weird! Okay. Yes, obviously, let's do that. Obviously, let's do this. Now we fix the little details. Let's go into sculpt, and I actually have a feeling this is gonna work. Now those fingers are really small and gross, but I don't know if I hate that. I kind of like how weird they look. I mean, he's a gross guy. The fact that one of them is separated is a little frustrating, all things considered. I'm like trying to sit in position and see what I would look like. Okay, we're here. What if I joined these together? That would be very strange and interesting. Alright, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna save first, and we're gonna try this. This seems like a big mistake, but you know me, I'm full of them. Delete vertices. I have saved, so no worries there. I can always redo this. We're going to extrude along normals. We're going to do the exact same thing we did earlier. 4 of these guys. All right, and now we start making the shape. TM. Merge it last. Merge it last. Why does it look like that? Slide vertice in. Slide vertice in. Slide vertice up. Something ain't right. Something ain't right with this boy. Yeah, I know you can double chop G. I'm thinking. I'm taking my time. It helps me to really sit and think about things for a sec. But I will double tap G just to honor you right now. Okay. This finger is very strange looking. Why does it look so weird? You know what could make this? Okay, here's an idea. I didn't know you knew about GG. Do whatever's comfortable for it. Yeah, for sure. The biggest thing that I need to learn is speeding up. I can be definitely a very slow modeler. Which, I don't know, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it deserves to be fixed a little bit. This isn't it. This ain't it, Chief. Actually, hold on. I'm looking at this now. I'm looking at this now. I'm thinking that's it. Oh, I think we've done it. Okay. Here we go. Just fix some of this geometry real quick, because the geometry is a bit wonky. But otherwise, I think we're kind of here. Come on. This is going to require a bit of iteration, but so be it. Yeah, to me, this feels right. That feels like a big, chunky, like, Totoro finger. That feels very right. That's it. Okay, cool. Hello. Now, am I, like, super proud of this hand? Is this the best thing I've ever made? No. No way. This looks very strange. Check this out. If we edge slide all the way down to the finger, and we continue this for each one, we should make a pretty nice gradual shape. That looks like a low poly bear claw. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll take that. We'll take it. Okay, so I'm gonna take your GGs, and we're gonna GG all the way down here. And now we're gonna try our subsurface and see what that looks like. Ugh, why does that look like that? We need this to come in a little bit more. So I need to gradiate this thing. Easiest way I know how to do that. GG. Let's get this thing looking a little bit nicer. Just make it look a little bit on the usable end of the spectrum. Okay, now let's see it. It definitely looks better. I think... Oh, that right there. That is disgusting. I have no idea why that's happening. The, like... Ugh. What on earth? Oh, it's because this is a hard edge. Pull it in. Let me try this first, and then we'll do some pulling. Oh gosh, it's almost 5. I just realized. I'm gonna have to go here soon. What the heck? What is happening? Why is it doing that? You come out. Shading smooth is on. That could be it. Let's try it now. Oh, it got worse. What is happening? Okay, hold on. We're doing a new thing. We're gonna do a new thing. Gear to you. We're in edit mode. We're here. You want to play hardball? I'm gonna play hardball. We're gonna do the worst thing you've ever seen. I just want to get that symmetry correct. There we go. Now I've done it very hard, and it still does it. Man, okay, I think that might have to be time for today. As much as I'm not pleased with the end result here. We've learned a lot, though. We've learned a ton today. Honestly, that looks pretty decent. That one's ready to go. These guys need some help. So maybe I should try and triangulate a little bit more. How to parent an armature. Yeah. I also learned a lot about, when I was doing this, how to use subsurface to the best of our advantage for curves. We learned a little bit about proportional editing. We learned what not to do with our legs, which I will fix next time with an armature. And we just, you know, learned some little stuff here along the way. So I'm going to continue this guy next week. Not sure when I'm going to stream next week. It's either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. Kind of a lot is going on in life. There's a lot of big stuff going on right now that I have to be sort of paying attention to. I can't really devote 100% of my attention to anything right now. Hopefully that'll be good in about a week from now. Hopefully we can kind of chill out in just a little bit. But yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Otherwise, I am going to be back on today at 7 o'clock, and we're going to be playing some games with Death Violets and Jax. It's going to be True Madness. We have a bunch of duck-themed games for the night. It's going to be just fun, no productivity whatsoever, just screaming and laughing and having a good time. For anybody that hasn't joined my Discord, it's right there. Go join it. We're all there. We're all showing off our work. We have a really good community showing up now. It took a little bit for us to grow, but we're growing, and it looks great, and it's fun, and we all talk to each other. I love it. Otherwise, that's it. Please go check out Necro Fried Chicken. Go check out Simo. Simo, I need a link to send people for you. And I'll see you all next week. Peace.